Hello and welcome to the New Age Geek channel. If you're new, we're building inclusive space for people of all walks of life through the power of friendship and tabletop role-playing games. Tonight we have Forging Fates, our sober D&D campaign set in the critical world of Exandria, following our adventuring party, the Fists of Fate. What's up, Fists?
Hey.
What's up? Here's your weekly reminder that the New Age Geeks includes more than just us up here on the screen. It relies on all of you wonderful geeks and your participation in this community that we are growing together. If you want to become one of the New Age Geeks, you absolutely frickin' can. Just make sure to subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels and join our Discord, where you will find moderated chats, emotes by one of our favorite Sarah.
Sarah.
And chat rooms with the cast and other members of this growing community. Another little friendly reminder is that the best way to help us out is with engagement, so we'd greatly appreciate you watching the video all the way through, liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell so that these platforms know to share us with everybody else. Speaking of engagement, if you see a moment that you enjoy on the stream, whether that be the happy moments, the sad moments, the romantic moments maybe, make sure and clip it. So that way we can see what you guys like. And who knows, maybe we'll turn it into a TikTok or something. Speaking of TikTok, we are active on more platforms than just Twitch and YouTube. So make sure to check us out on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and Twitter for more geeky goodness.
Prime. I tell you about this every time. Twitch Prime is free if you have Amazon Prime. It awards you a 1-month subscription to any channel on Twitch. Once per month, you need to go in and resubscribe to that channel at no additional cost to you. Just link your accounts and click subscribe with Prime on that channel. If you would be so kind, use it on us. If you're feeling charitable, got some money burning a hole in your pocket, subscribe on Twitch, YouTube, perhaps gift subscriptions to others, cheer using bits, donate via PayPal, check out our merch shop, subscribe to our Patreon, and lastly, if you wish to become a sponsor for the New Age Geeks, we're always looking for more partnerships, reach out to us directly via our Instagram page to begin those discussions.
Real quick, thanks Yejmo for the sub using your Prime subscription. We appreciate you. Speaking of
That's what I'm
sponsors,
talking about.
if you enjoy the music we have going on here on Forging Fates, we highly recommend checking out the Songcraft bot. Songcraft bot allows you to play open source community selected music and soundscapes directly from your Discord server with just a few clicks. Whether you're playing with friends or streaming on Twitch, you can use the audio stress-free. With their pro level subscription, you get their playlist builder, shareable playlist codes, access to 40 plus music genres, 20 plus soundscape types, global genre selections, and 2 premium Discord servers, all for just $10 a month. But by using our referral code NAG, that's N-A-G, you get $2 off your subscription for the first 3 months. All you need to do to get started is invite the Songcraft bot of your choosing to your server, then just hit play and let Songcraft take care of the rest.
And we are now partners with Dragon's Nest Delivery. Dragon's Nest Delivery has a ton of D&D and such essentials, including dice, apparel, homebrew adventures, and their Nat 20 cards series, which we are using over on the Queer and Present Danger series. And they even have a D&D subscription box, which includes dice, candy, one-shot adventures, minis, and a bunch of downloadable content as well. So when you go to checkout, make sure to use our referral code NewAgeGeeks, all one word, no underscore, for 18% off of your order. And yes, that even includes the subscription box. So when you go over and check them out, make sure to tell them that we sent you.
Okay. So, real quick, there are a few new rewards that you can redeem to use those channel points on. Stealth check, posture check, a couple other things that are in there that you can go digging through new audio cues. Also, we are doing a donation goal for those channel points. If we reach the goal, which is 20,000 points, the cast will get a crit to use whenever they want. I think you can only donate up to 2,000 points at a time, but go ahead and start donating those points, everyone. See if we can't get to 1 crit tonight. And I may, if we reach it tonight, I may come up with something special to celebrate for that.
First.
Okay. So this week we have Queer and Present Danger on Wednesday. We have
It's
what?
next week.
It is? I thought it was this week.
QPD is next week.
Oh, that's my bad. So then all we have is this Thursday where I do another investigation check with Eric from Somebody's Heroes and Castleton. We will be discussing his upcoming campaign. I think the first episodes are actually already dropped, of a multi-campaign overarching storyline where it's all going to kind of culminate together in this one event. So we'll dive into what that's all about. Besides that, would you children stop it in the chat? Focus up.
No.
That being said, do we have anything else? Okay. Good talk, everyone. Good talk. I've donated my points to the Crit for Players challenge. That being said, let us dive into tonight's episode of Forging Fates. And we're back. Okay,
Oh,
so
hi.
recapping last episode for us, Zaryl, would you like to take it away?
Tis I.
Zaryl, have come to fill you in on past things that you may have missed, to fill you in, to catch you up, to get you together. It's been an interesting trip. We are finally in the Feywilds, and what a place it is. It's really great. I mean, it's scenic. It's a little bit weird. It reminds me of that time I ate that really weird mushroom, and it gives you that really warm feeling inside. But it's like that all day. Kind of love it. Also, we met this really, really, I'll say, interesting person, character, glowy thing. Linearial. Linear. Don't care for it. Whatever. But she seems to know Finnick and Whisper, I believe, and helped them escape, but none of them remember. I mean, Clover was too young, so she doesn't really remember, and Whisper doesn't really remember because it's Whisper, so no shock there, but love her. And then out of nowhere, this real lightning fast kind of slender, petite, but really good looking, I want to say like dark elf came out of nowhere, like Frosty, you know, really loving that. But also brought two giant lizard creatures with him, so didn't love that very much. Yeah, then it was a fight. And of course, like us Forging Fates, I had to be the distraction because, you know, somebody's got to do it. So while I was Lizard Chutoy for a while, our Fates, they stepped in and they did exactly what I thought they were going to do. Gomorog, we found out, has a phobia of giant lizards, so, you know, we were kind of short-handed, but it's okay. That's life sometimes. Finnick went in and did a, you know, big old chop and chopped the head off, and oh, Whisper killed another she killed another come on,
Okay.
brain, you can do this.
Okay.
Yeah, this place has a it's that hazy high feeling for me, so things are a little like warm and swimming. Yeah, she killed another ogre, which is a, you know, personal record for her, you know. Love that. We were able to go to the city that is close to us. Um, the Feywilds is such a interesting place. It's filled with creatures and things that I've only heard of. Plants talk, but apparently not all plants talk. That's fun. We were able to get some rest and go to the Gaping Hole Inn, I believe it's called. And that's an interesting place. Yeah. Had some really good food. The hag the horny hag that runs that place, Jesus Christ, she needs a friend. She needs a couple friends. The Feywilds is real spicy. I tried to pet a unicorn. Apparently they are real and they talk. So really educated bunch though. Love that. And then I gave a show because, why not? Dinner and a movie. And that's kind of where we're at.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, picking up where we last left off, your food has all been served. As Zarel kind of makes his way back over, a few of the patrons of the inn, kind of like giving a little bit of a clap, as it was good, but it's very strange music for what they're kind of used to. This song about surviving, they're not quite sure. But that being said, you see Gormrog kind of, who had kind of been dragging behind a bit, finally make his way over to the table to join the rest of you in this moment, as Zarel comes back as well. And the scene is yours, folks.
Zarel comes back to most of his food being gone.
Whisper, you wouldn't happen to know where my food went?
Nope.
No.
No.
Okay, yeah. Fine.
You want some foil still, though?
You're good. It's fine. I don't need to eat at all.
I mean, there's some left.
Yeah.
I liked the tentacle better than the foil snail.
Yeah, I'm watching my figure. I'm really going for this gaunt look.
Oh.
While Clover is shoveling food into her mouth. I'm not gonna do that again. Clover is shoveling food into her mouth. Like, this is the most delicious food I've ever had. What kind of spices do they use here?
And that's the hag.
Oh, right. She made it.
Clover, you should think about opening up a restaurant or something.
Oh, that's more of like Gormrog or Whisper's thing. I mostly like to eat.
Okay, well,
I have a couple recipes.
Yeah,
A
you come up with recipes.
right out of nowhere. What about like a cookbook?
Just because I've had to be creative because I don't eat meat.
Well, I'm sure there's others that don't eat meat too that could use your creativity.
Maybe. Maybe around here there's a lot of them since there's a lot more of the heron gun.
Right.
Are there any here?
Or
Have
do
you guys seen any Haragon? I'm
haven't
sorry, I
seen-
was up there performing, but have
I
you
haven't
guys?
seen any yet.
Not yet, no.
You think?
Have we looked around the room?
I will say you have looked around, and none of them, no Herringon people has stuck out to you.
For like table, they're sitting next to us. Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, maybe the haggle know. I'm gonna call Auntie Hot Stuff over.
Hello, that was wonderful performance.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Was the food to your liking? You seem to have eaten quite a bit of it.
Right? Yeah. It was great. Right, Whisper?
Mm-hmm.
Fabulous.
Auntie, I have a question for you.
Of
You've been
course.
here. You look like you've been here for a couple thousand years. So,
Thank you.
but you don't look a day over a century.
Oh my god, you flattered me.
Um, you wouldn't happen to know about any like herringom in the, you know,
You mean
the
like this
area?
lovely specimen here? She kind of points towards
Right.
Clover.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, they've come through on occasion.
Do they have like their own city or like their
Oh,
own
I
like?
mean, they're pretty reserved folk. So,
Oh, reserved. Okay, that's good. Second question, follow up. What about scary hag lady who's eating herringbone for lunch? Know
oh,
anything about that one?
I may.
Do you mind sharing a little bit with us?
Oh, I don't know. My memory can be so foggy sometimes. I'm quite old.
I mean, old is just a spell that they put on people that you don't like.
Oh,
You're not
come
old.
now.
What can I help you jog your memory?
What
And I
can
like-
you help me?
I want to drag my hand across her face, and it's like I'm sure it's like slimy a little bit, and I'm like,
It's just a little clammy and like
yeah,
not fun to touch.
you know.
You silly goose. How about you give me one of your memories, and I'll trade you one of mine.
Oh, okay, a trade for a trade.
Yes, dear.
Is there one? Is there one in particular that you?
Give me something happy.
Happy. Oh, a happy memory. Well, I do have a ton of those actually.
Oh, that's fabulous. Then you won't miss this one.
No, I'll give you a real good special one.
Keep
How
in
do I
mind
do
you're
this? I
not
just
having
like, meditate and give it to you, or are you gonna?
Oh, just think of it, and I'll. She just kind of caresses your ear and like pulls down towards your chin.
I'm gonna close my eyes and think of specifically when I was a child with my mother at the monastery, and the other kids were talking about how weird I was, and this one little kid comes over and goes, "I like how weird you are," and then we go run off and we go play.
Okay.
I'm gonna give her that one.
All right. And that is the last time you can ever recall that memory, as it is pulled from your mind and gone. Oh, that is tasty.
Oh.
Childhood trauma. Who doesn't love it?
Yeah. I accidentally, because that memory is attached to the second memory of that child dying
So now you
shortly
just
after
Now you
this
just
from
don't
being
need
sick. Yeah. So it was the memory of like that person was special, but because that child died like a summer after from being sick or something, the whole thing's gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's see then. I have some information about one of my sisters.
Oh, sisters, you must be the youngest one.
Oh, it's just a term of phrase. We're all sisters.
Ah, I see.
You're talking about my sister Loren. I know it. She's gone a bit rogue these days, some say.
Rogue, off book. Do tell.
Well, word on the street is she used to be a part of the Unseelie Court, doing various rituals and the like for them. But I think she found something that tickled her fancy a bit more. Your lovely little hands, dear. She kind of points towards Clover.
I'm sitting on them. Don't look at my hands.
Oh, I'm not interested in them. I've got other tastes I prefer to indulge in, but yeah, so my sister there has found a way to distill their natural luck from the little Ringon.
Oh.
So lucky rabbit's foot and all, you know.
I see. Interesting.
Well, that's not very nice. What happens to them after she takes away their luck?
Well, if she's hungry, I've heard she just hooks up the rest. But, you know, there are, on occasion, some that have escaped her and went to tell
Endless?
the tale. Yes. Or
Oh,
foot.
really?
You know, so she's got one of 4 choices.
Yeah. Wait. Ooh. Okay. Well, so she's distilling their luck?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. That sounds like she's like trying to change like probabilities and stuff. That's kind of
I'm very
Why
proud of
isn't
you.
anyone? Why isn't anyone doing anything about it? Don't you have like a guard? Aren't there people who protect other people?
Oh, Quell's just getting sadder and sadder.
Well, I've heard there was a few individuals that were trying to help. There's, from what I understand, a few of the Herringon that have escaped her have kind of begun to band together. Believe they've started a little commune somewhere.
Where can I find them?
Oh, I don't know, unfortunately, my little sweet rabbit.
Well, do you know anything else about it? Like, what are they called? Or like
Well-
anyone involved in it? You had to hear it from somebody.
Well, do you have a memory for me? Because this is
Surrender
information is
rebellion.
not free.
The Bunny Brigade.
oh,
What kind of memory?
Oh, what would mean most to you? She kind of leans over and smells in deeply. Ooh, I want one about love.
Hmm.
I don't know that that's a fair trade.
Well, I'm guessing you know someone in this group of Herringon that you're looking to find?
I don't really have any memories about love.
It's not true, dear. I can smell them on you.
Hmm.
I think I'll find out what I need to know a different way.
Fair enough.
Auntie.
Yes, my lovely little ASMR.
Uh, it's been a lovely time. You have a wonderful looks around mushroom
Well, thank you.
establishment.
Thank you very much. I've cultivated it myself.
Love it. It's Horus. Don't know.
Helps with the crossbreeds.
Right. Pollination. Yeah. Heard about
Mm.
that. I have another question, and I have all of the dreams that you'd like. I had some really good ones that haven't come to fruition yet, but I think you might like them. But so I know your sister. What's her name again?
Oh,
Can you remind me?
Loren.
Loren, right? Her. So she's distilling rabbit's feast for luck.
Yes.
But what's up with this extra tentacly dark car-like magic that's coming with it? What's that about?
I think that's just part of her abilities. The people, I mean, he is granting luck now to worshippers, so they've got to
sorry.
do something somehow.
Oh.
What's her goal? You think?
Oh, I don't know, unfortunately. She hasn't told me. Not that we really see each other. Or she'd have any desire to tell me.
Oh my goodness. Aren't all the other hags a little worried?
Well, I mean, that would go against her, I'm sure. Though I'm sure there'll be plenty that come to her side.
Oh, it seems like she got bigger plans than just lucky feet.
Well, that's most of those who have machinations of power, I'm sure, do.
Delusions of grandeur.
Of course, of course. I mean, I may have a delusion or two. If you'd care to help me with them.
Okay, all right. Do they involve people's feet?
Oh,
Or
of
hands?
course. Hands, feet, legs, sometimes an ear.
Oh. Got you. We'll talk later.
Fabulous.
I look at Whisperer. I'm like, save me. Well,
What you're into.
well, I guess that is. Thank you for the information. Really appreciate it.
I really appreciate you.
Do
Oh,
we
I'm
know?
sorry, Auntie. One last question. Do you know what direction we might find her in? Just so we could like stay away from that, you know.
Oh, I honestly don't. I'm sorry. I mean,
Insight check.
Insane.
okay, go
it's-
ahead and roll an insight check.
That's a 23.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
Jeez. Dang.
Yeah,
25.
yeah, you both can tell. Definitely hiding something.
Mm,
Mm.
I'm gonna look at Finnick because I know she's the human lie detector or ASMR lie detector. I'm gonna go over and do one of these. I'm gonna see if she's, and I'm gonna get the look, and I'm gonna go, "Oh, Auntie, I'm sure you know something."
Oh, Jesus.
I'm gonna lean in real close. I'm gonna go, hopefully you can help us. And I'm just gonna like put my hand on her shoulder and go,
Whisper's gonna scoot a little bit further away from you at the table.
oh, please. And then I'm
With-
gonna
with-
grab her hand and put it on my chest, like, please.
Roll a persuasion check for me.
This is
Wow, that was
insane.
an evil laugh. Sorry. Let me see. Uh-oh, sorry. Hold on 1 second. 16 plus 13.
Ew.
Okay. Okay. She kind of leans over and you feel her hot breath against your ear and just a little bit of spittle kind of flick against your neck as she talks into it. It is so uncomfortable. It is not in any way attractive. There is no directions here as far as what you would think. Though I've heard she last found herself off that way, and she kind of points off for what would be make sense for your material plane mind, about a northeast direction. I've heard she is taking up residence in a swamp out that way on the border of the Sealy and Unseelie Courts domains.
Unseelie Courts. Okay, all right.
Check.
Does Quell know where this area is?
Yeah, you would know where that would be. You have an idea. Like, you don't obviously know exactly where the hovel is, but
Right. I know where those swamps are.
yeah. And you've honestly already heard some rumors that she may have relocated her base over in this direction, but knowing that it's specifically the swamps is helpful.
Cool. Yeah. He
I'm-
tells the group, I know where these swamps are. We don't need to give any more dreams away that we can't spare.
Okay.
Cool. I'm gonna tell Auntie. Oh, Auntie, thank you so much. I'm gonna, and I'm I'm gonna try to end this I'm gonna try. Auntie, this has been a wonderful time. You're a fabulous, wonderful, and may I add, gorgeous hag of a hag.
I'm
A hag
well
among
aware.
hags, as I may say.
I know
But-
it's difficult living at the top.
Right? It's lonely. It's okay though. One of these days, you're gonna get yours. It's gonna be great.
Real quick, Quell, roll me a intelligence check. It could be either history or it's knowing the name of the swamp. So any skill you feel like would be appropriate.
All right, I don't think I have. I got nature.
Nature, yeah, that would be fine.
I just didn't roll well though. I got an 11.
Yeah, you're not aware of the name of the swamp.
Do not know.
I think, Auntie, we've had a great time, and the food has been amazing, right, guys? I'm gonna shoot everybody a look,
Mhm.
So good.
right?
Yeah.
Our bodies are full, our souls are full, our memories are empty, but you know, it's fine. Space to make more. But I think we all need to get a rest in or get a little regroup in. You wouldn't happen to know any places where we could go sit in nature and maybe, you know, enjoy the sunset or dawn or whatever
Well,
you want
it
to call
doesn't do that here,
Yeah.
so there's no sunset for you to enjoy. Though,
Perpetual almost daytime, nighttime.
right, the further you make your way in that direction, the better off you'll get to seeing an evening come upon you. And she points towards where the swamp
Okay.
is.
Alrighty. Oh. Thank you, Auntie. It's been great. I'm gonna stand up. You guys, thank Auntie for her hospitality.
Leaving already?
Oh, I have rooms
Yeah,
if
we-
you'd like. You can stay the evening here if you need to rest.
No, it's okay,
At
Clover.
Clover, and I'll be like,
Clover catches Zeryl's look and she just sees what's left on her plate and just shoves all of it into both of her hands and right into her mouth.
Okay.
It was
We-
really good, thank you.
My pleasure.
we're new here. We want to see as much as we can see.
I get
You
it.
know,
I
we're
get
on
it.
vacation,
Enjoy
you know.
the city.
Thank you so much for, and I'm like, oh my god, thank you so much, and I'm like getting up, and I'm like patting Whisper to get her ass up, and then I take the last little tentacle, and I pop it in her mouth, like, let's go, dear. And then I go, bye everybody, it was great, it was good to see you, and I'm doing this as I walk out the door, and I'm like herding them out like kittens, and I'm like, hurry the hell up,
Roll a dexterity saving throw, Zaryl.
Lord. Hold on, sorry, my roller. Oh God, I didn't roll well. You said dexterity?
Yeah.
7.
Okay. You suddenly feel a liquid or something splash down onto your head, just drenching your hair. And as you kind of look up, you see a fairy who looks a little familiar. It might have been one of the ones that kind of bumped you in the street, just holding this big cup in both its arms, and just kind of like, and flies off.
I'm gonna go in that direction.
But yeah, so you all make your way out of the gaping hole, back into the city streets, which
I had a nickel.
which is just as lively as it was before.
Nice.
Clover
When
looks at-
everybody's on their way out, Quell's gonna go up to Auntie one more time and just like take her hand and like put it on his head, and try to project and say these memories are mine, and try to project all the dreams he's had of people that her sisters killed, and then he's just gonna say, "Don't get in our way,"
Oh, I wouldn't have any dream of it.
and then he'll
Damn.
follow the rest of the group.
Be a good boy.
My
Once we
lord.
get out, Clover's gonna turn to the group, but especially like make eye contact with Quell. And there's a resistance. We have to find out where they are and how close they are to getting what they want, and see if my parents are part of that Quell. Do you know anything about the resistance?
I knew your parents were fighting. I didn't know how organized it was. They must be doing a great job, and hopefully, we'll find this resistance wherever we find her.
Do you think it would be worth it for me to go back and give up a memory? Okay.
I don't know how much more she knows, and I don't know how much I trust her answers. I think we'll get more answers moving forward. Unless you
Okay.
have a memory that you really don't mind giving up.
Not really.
Keep your memories. Let's go find her on our own. With you guys here, maybe I'll get this done this time.
Yeah.
So where do we go from here?
And
Well, does anybody know how to get to this swamp?
We should probably
we haven't rested yet.
maybe sleep. Yeah. But not there, unless you want to,
As-
Zero. Like, not.
As far from that dream witch as we can get, I think.
That's. I think I've had enough of hags for the day. I think I've met my quota.
I think you're set for the rest of the year, honestly.
Yeah. For
Yeah, you're
Quite the
putting in
eternity.
the work.
performance.
You actually might need a shower.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
you're welcome.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
That was at the group and not
Hmm.
specifically at Clover. Hopefully she didn't take it that way, but knowing Clover, she might have, because she's like, ugh.
So we're finding a place to rest. Quell, how far away do you live from here?
I'm not in that direction, and get out
Going
of the
in.
way. So that's right, Joe. Like, it's easiest for us to just get another inn in the city.
It would definitely be faster. You're probably about 2 hours from your home at this point.
Yeah,
but
let's
not necessarily in the
worry
same
about
direction.
going there afterwards when there's nothing stressing us out. I don't want you to introduce you to the whole fam while everybody's thinking about other stuff.
So what places do you know around here that are accepting and a little less haggish?
Sticky.
Joe, is there
Yeah.
a place I've stayed before in the city that works?
Yeah, I'll say there is one that comes to your mind that would probably, let's see. Yes, it would be the Grinning Cat, which is closer towards the city center, and the where the court is, the ruling court. But that would be the best you can. The only other one that would spring to mind.
All right. Then I walk them towards, I guess that's the middle of the city-ish.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, deeper into the city. The further we get from the outskirts, the less likely people will be to randomly steal our dreams and stuff.
Randomly.
Lead the way.
As
Okay.
we're walking, Clover is going to kind of hang back and walk alongside Finnick and say, "Hey, you've been a little quiet. Are you okay?"
I'm fine. I'm just nervous because I don't want to say the wrong thing.
What would you say that could possibly be the wrong thing? You're so good with your words.
Well, from the brief talk that Gormog and I had, he told me to never say thank you to a Fae because then they might think that I owe them something.
Oh.
Or like the whole stealing your name thing. That thing has got me.
Right. Actually, I forgot about all of that. I need to be more conscious of it too.
Well, it's when a place is so literal and also when people are better with their words than you are, it can be a little intimidating.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for explaining. I was just worried about you, but
And also
now I
I
see
feel
you're
like
just being smarter, smarter than me as usual.
well, and also I feel like after that interaction, I feel like I need a shower.
Oh, me too. That was uncomfortable.
I mean, I'm glad we got that information, but God, at what cost?
Right?
Yeah.
How are you doing though?
Oh. You know, this entire time I knew what I was coming here to see, but now that we're here, I'm so nervous to see a heron guy, and I've only ever seen myself and only in glimpses and reflections. So I don't even know what it's gonna be like. I'm really, it kind of feels like my heart's pulling me backwards uh, fr- from facing something that I've only ever dreamed about. I don't know.
Scarier
I
the
don't know. It
closer you
sounds
get
silly.
to
It
it.
sounds silly, but as soon as I see one, I'm sure I'll be fine. I just need to get over that initial look.
Nerve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see one soon.
And we're with you every step of the way.
I know.
So, as you continue through the city, continuing that same motif of just disorganized, organized chaos. It's just interesting, and I would say Whisper, you particularly, just with the way your mind works. these streets kind of like start to wind off, and you feel this desire to just kind of walk down one of these alleyways, almost as if something's kind of tugging at your psyche to pull you that way. But with Quell's help, you are able to resist the urge. Quell, you would know that there are plenty of tricksters that live in this city, and this is definitely a game they play with drawing people into an endless labyrinth of alleyways behind the buildings.
Because if you can't explain an urge, just don't trust it.
I can't explain most of anything.
Well, just follow me.
As you kind of approach, you see the marble white spires of the Court of Eternal Bloom on the horizon, just kind of lifting up out of the city. And you see where normally would be ground, you see just branches of trees kind of pushing up to grasp onto this spire that is, as far as you all can tell, floating in the air, held by tree branches that have shot down and rooted itself into the earth. And as you get closer to the Grinning Cat, you stand now in the shadow of this strange cathedral-like building that is just overcasting all of your location. You stand in front of the Grinning Cat now, and there is in fact a cat that is grinning outside of it, kind of just circling around the door, kind of looks up to you as you all approach, and this big smile as its head kind of cocks a little too far, and now it's almost upside down as it's looking at you.
Yeah, that's real
Interesting.
cute. I'm gonna talk to the cat. What do we gotta do to get a room here?
Uh,
Not the.
I just looked to Quell.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does Quell know this cat already?
Yeah, it's the cat that is owned by the owner of the building. As
Is this just a bodega cat?
yeah, pretty much. It just stands up from its perch now and just kind of walks around between your legs, Zeril, gliding against the insides of your feet, and just begins to walk inside.
See, this is what I call good service. Follow the cat inside. All right, I'm a little grumpy. Zero's a little like grumpy. He's feeling some type of way about some things, and really wants his. I don't know if anybody's noticing, but he's very like prickly.
Haven't
Just
noticed
like
yet.
Because I guess I haven't said anything. Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Is there like a little
Clover's gonna
bell?
follow the cat in.
So you all follow the
yeah.
cat in, and as you kind of enter in, you see there is a small desk by the front door, where seated at it you see this female presenting person. Their skin this light rosy pink, and their face kind of, it almost has the form of a shield as it kind of curls up, and there are these like protrusions that come off on either of their face and kind of twist back. Underneath you see as it kind of curls, there's a lip almost underneath it, where you see this long purplish hair kind of descend down across her shoulder. On her face she wears this thin sheer white fabric veil almost, and behind it you could see these black where the whites of the eyes would be, with these glowing like purple irises as she looks through. Her outfit, this prim and proper, looking like very much like this dress buttoned up shirt that comes down to these poofy sleeves, almost like cupcake wrappers, but the whole shirt is sheer as well, so you can see everything underneath. Welcome to the Grinning Cat. What can I do for you all?
Hi, we are real tired and need
Fabulous.
to find somewhere we can rest. If that is something that we could do here.
Of course, of course. How many rooms would you like?
2, I guess. One for me and one for the rest of them.
Okay.
Maybe 3 or 4. Actually, does anyone else want their own room
Me.
before we just get to? Are you okay, Zeril?
I'm gonna turn around and say, "Are you okay? I'm fine." And I'm gonna turn right back around. I'm like, "Room, please."
Okay.
He doesn't sound okay.
Get Zeril their room, and then the rest of us will decide what we want to do for our arrangements.
Fabulous. How will you be paying today, sir?
What,
it.
you want a memory? Do you want?
I'll take care of Zeril's room.
Okay.
I mean, Zay's room. I actually didn't. I'm gonna retcon that I said the name Zeril, and I'm just gonna say Zay. I'm gonna pay for Zay's room.
Okay.
I'm gonna look back and go, "Thank you," and I'm gonna take keys and I'm gonna go. Is that this way?
Yes, just up the
And-
stairs.
Thank you. Good night. I'm gonna do a little bow. Good night, and then go up the stairs and disappear for the night. So
Okay.
we're it.
Now,
You know,
yes.
if he wanted to go stay, well, I'm still gonna talk to the fates. If he wanted to go stay with that hag, he could have gone back.
I
I
don't
Yeah,
think
that's-
that's.
I could tell that he was really into her.
Mm-mm. I don't think
Especially
that's
got
what.
it there so quickly. So maybe
I
something
think he
happened and I
was.
missed.
His interest in that hag was a performance, and it took a lot out of him, which is why he needs a nap, and he's kind of cranky.
So how many rooms do you guys want? Do you want to share a big room or do you want to split?
What do you
into-
got? And turn to the person.
Yeah.
Oh, we have all sorts of rooms. What would you? Well, first off, what services did you want to partake in? Just sleep? Just rest?
What else you got?
Oh, we have all sorts of services, dear. I think you can understand what my point would be. We also offer bath. We offer food.
How
A bath sounds nice.
Okay.
how much for a bath?
Well, I think Our Lady requests the retelling of a sentimental moment. For that.
Retelling of a sentimental moment. And for a room?
For a room, well, there are several ways to pay. You can offer yourselves as payment to the lady of the house, performing a task for her. Or if that's not something you're able to do because of time constraints, she will take a display of talent or offering a bit of yourself to her and letting her travel along with you as one of her eyes.
How small is she?
Oh, you won't even notice she's there.
That's one of those things per room.
Yes.
And how big are the rooms?
Oh,
Are there any
there's
with 1, 2, 3, 4,
Are there any
5
themed
beds?
rooms?
themed rooms. No, these are all lavishly decorated to match the theme of the house.
Is one of the services things to fight?
Some call it a fight, a physical altercation, a way to blow off some steam. I'm gonna suppose that that's not one of the rooms you're interested in, dear. It's fine. Not everyone knows about those things yet. You're still young.
Look at everyone and say, so how many rooms do we want? This time a little bit more concerned.
Maybe just one. Do you have one that is large enough to accommodate all of us?
I do.
Well, the retelling of a sentimental moment. Do we get to keep that?
Of course. This is during your bath. You just have to speak it during the bath. It is logged in our tomes, and
Oh,
it's
so
yours.
each of us have to tell a sentimental moment in order to get it back.
That's right. We have
Okay.
a hot spring spa area, so you can all share that space together if you like.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
But how do
Are
we
there
pay for the
any
room? Sorry.
stories we can tell for a room, or did you give us all the options already?
Oh, unfortunately, we don't accept stories for the rooms. Those are a little
Okay.
bit more
I
intimate.
think we can. Sorry for interrupting. I
It's
think we
fine,
can
sweetheart.
do the show of skill.
Of course.
I would agree with that.
Okay. What skill would you like to perform for Our Lady?
Well, I can show you a skill of dagger throwing,
Okay.
hitting a target.
Fabulous. I'm sure Our Lady would love to see that. What else?
I too was gonna say that I could hit a target from really, really far away with my arrow. I can also stand on one foot for a really long time.
Roll a persuasion check.
11.
I could perform a feat of magic.
Okay. What magic? I fear Our Lady is quite adept at it, so this would have to be an impressive feat.
I don't know how to describe it, I guess.
Ooh, okay. A little bit of mystery to it. I'll make sure I sell her on that for you. And you, dear? She looks towards you, Whisper.
Do we all need to?
Or is it
If there's only two
just a-
rooms,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true. I apologize. I just got so excited thinking about all the skills we would get to see today.
well, I'm happy
Garth, skills
to.
once you see them, are you?
No, of course, these are your skills. You're just providing us with a little entertainment. Oh, you must have been to the gaping hole.
Mm.
I,
Hmm.
I was inside the gaping hole.
Oh, wow. I'm so proud of you.
Um,
Not everyone can escape it.
got out, did what we needed to do, and got out quick.
That's amazing. Sometimes it takes people a little bit longer to get out, but
We were satisfied and
good.
came here quick.
The
Was
snail
Auntie-
sucks, though.
The what sucks?
The snail.
Ah, yes. Well, Auntie Nanny does tend to drool into most of the food she prepares. So
You know what? I assumed that, but it was still pretty good.
that's good. I'm glad to hear that.
But
Well,
yeah, what talents do you want to see?
Well, we'll prepare those for later, after you've had your bath. I'll set up a space for you all after your bath, and you can perform for the lady of the house. That being said, here are your room keys. Here is the key to the bathroom. Enjoy your stay. And if you've decided that you'd like something to eat or drink at some point, we can have teas brought up, or anything that you'd like. Any services we can provide for you. That being said, she stands up, and again, that sheer dress is again, the top is all buttoned, but the dress, it just continues down into this dress, and there is nothing underneath. But she motions towards the stairs. We hope you enjoy your stay here at the Grinning Cat.
You.
I think Dante just got the joke. Okay.
Go upstairs.
Yep.
Or up to our room.
Yep. All right. So you all make your way upstairs, finding your own rooms. And again, as you enter in, whereas it was a bit wild in the elements that are used in construction on the outside, in here it's very much a more stone-like appearance. You're not quite sure what the walls are made out of, but they're a little harder. I'll say everyone go ahead and roll a nature check for me.
Yeah, but
Wow, that's the highest nature check I've ever rolled.
Same.
With a +1.
Does that mean me too, or
Yeah, you
no?
can roll 2.
I got a
In your
7.
room.
Got a 14.
I
Got
got
a
a
nat
19. All right, well.
Okay.
I got
16.
a 19 plus 4.
Okay. So I'll say everyone who rolled above a 13. As you look at the walls, you see they're a bit porous in the whatever they're made out of, and it for a few of you, you realize that this is coral that have been grown at some point and then carved through to create these passageways through them. And there is like most of it is this white coral that kind of looks like it's a little probably dying, but there are bits of this beautiful pinks and greens and blues that kind of shift through the coral walls, and you kind of can sense the energy inside of them as you run your hand along. And I will say, Whisper, you being nature-based and your magic, you can feel the life inside the walls that is here.
Wow. Walls are alive, guys.
That's concerning.
Just a little bit.
But you find your way to your rooms, and they are equally elegantly designed. The familiar sheer white fabrics are lending themselves to much of the decor that is laid out within the room. There is a chair that kind of faces the bed, posted up in the opposite corner. But besides that, not much else in the rooms. They are 4-postered beds, but besides that, the room is yours. The space is yours.
Are the walls the same in the room? The living walls?
Yes, they do. They do appear to be made of the same material.
Anyone want to go talk to Zeril and invite them to the hot spring with us? Or do you think that they need some time to themselves?
I mean, I'd be willing to go talk to him
I'm sure
Yeah.
he'd
and let you
appreciate
guys know.
having the decision.
Not meta. Zero would already be in the hot spring because he's going to take full advantage of
We have the
shit already
key.
being done.
Yeah, you don't have the key, so you wouldn't be able to get into it. But
Ooh. What if weaseled my way in there?
I say it's
I'll
easy
go.
enough. Yeah.
We walk up and he's picking the lock.
Open sesame.
So would Zeril be in his room then?
I'd be in my room. Yeah, I'd be in the room.
Okay. Then I will walk off and knock on Zeril's door.
Okay.
Nobody's here right now.
That's funny. It kind of sounds like Zeril. It's
Sorry. Sorry, Zero's not here. Can I take a message?
I'll leave a message on behalf of the Fists of Fate. We're going to go to the hot spring.
Sorry,
we're
our
wondering-
message is full and we cannot receive any more messages.
We're going to the hot spring. If you want to join us, we'll meet you there.
Runs over there, open the door. Hot springs.
Hot springs.
Okay, give me 5 minutes. And closes the door.
Okay. And I'll walk back to our room. To say he is more than down.
Hydrate.
I do it.
So let's get ready for the hot springs then.
Okay.
Wait, what sorts of things do you think the lady has people do to work for her to pay for rooms? Do you like cooking?
I have no idea.
Yeah, how has Quill paid for rooms in the past?
Running errands occasionally. similar things that I've already kind of pointed out, a lot of the ways. Acts of kindness, heartfelt compliments, giving them a trinket of some sort that is sentimental to you.
Nice. It can be different depending on her whim, but it doesn't. It's not usually anything serious.
Payment's so weird here. I kind of like it.
Yeah, life's easier without gold. Believe it or not.
I believe it.
Okay.
Just
So you all change over into whatever you're going to be wearing for the hot spring. And
I grabbed the white fabric from the room, and I'm wearing the white fabric.
just the white fabric.
sheer
I'm gonna
white
fashion
fabric.
it like the dusk girl.
Okay. So you all make your way over to the hot spring, and as you enter in, it's a small door, so you kind of open it up and step inside, and as you step inside, the room is massive. Probably about the size of half a football field altogether. There is a waterfall feature on the back side of the wall that kind of just splashes down into this very large hot spring. And you can see the steam kind of pushing off of it. There's outcroppings of rocks that kind of give you a space to relax. There's a little bell that kind of floats around the room for you to ding if you need service. In the water, you see the occasional fish swimming through, as there is also a small frog that kind of leaps off a nearby stone and lands in the water and just starts swimming through the hot spring water.
We've got voyeurs.
But it smells like aerosoled perfume and roses and that sweet heat of the steam, and kind of instantly begins to relax you and slowly release the tension from your muscles.
Yeah, when Quell's cold body touches it, the steam kind of explodes. It gets hard to see for a second.
How deep is
Oh.
it?
As you step in, it's relatively about deep enough for you to sit down comfortably at the edge. But as you move closer and closer towards the waterfall, it does deepen down quite a bit. Do you dive down to check?
Yes.
So as you dive down, you kind of begin to swim towards the bottom. You see it. It's probably about 20 feet deep at this point, at the deepest point. But as you get up towards the waterfall, there is a small outcropping for you to, if you decide to sit behind the waterfall, sit in there, or sit with the water actually splashing down on you. Okay. And as you all begin to enter into the water, letting your bodies relax in this long, tumultuous several days you've had, we are going to jump over to our break for the evening. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes. We'll see you guys in a little bit. right, and we are back, everyone. Just as a quick reminder, we are running a community challenge with your channel points, where you can spend them to help us get to the 20,000 point total, where the team will get a crit that they can use whenever they decide. So go ahead and feel free to donate those challenge points, those community points to them. Also, if we reach that 20,000 point tonight, I may give them a special surprise, but only if they reach it tonight. All right, so we're diving back in as you all have now made your way to the hot springs of the Grinning Cat. The scene is yours, folks.
I'm assuming everybody else is there. I'm gonna join them in the room, or the giant football field lake, hot springs lake. And I too have, actually no, I just come in my birthday suit because, you know.
Oh, I will say, as Zarel enters into the room, you notice that his hair color is this bright purple that looks like something. The purple is dripped on the top of his head and kind of washed down, so the edge, just the very tips of the bottom of his hair are still the natural hair color, but the rest of it is this bright purple that he doesn't seem to have noticed yet.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Love what you've done with your hair.
Thank you. I haven't really
Have
done
you-
anything.
You should
Somebody did.
look at it.
Look, what do you mean? Oh, I'm gonna look at that. Why is my hair pink? What's going on?
It's a fun
I
look.
didn't
Yeah.
do it, but you know
Didn't
what?
something drop something on you?
Oh,
The
that
fairy.
fair.
The fairies. You
I'm
know,
sure you've got some matching fits.
I mean, it's better than that puke green. Yeah. I'm gonna get into the hot springs and see if that like changes the color at all. I'm like dip down and see if like when I come up it changes the color.
No, still purple.
I
Wonderful.
think you look good.
Okay,
It's not bad.
well, I mean, of course not. It's on me, but you know what? It's fine. It's the Feywilds. Why not live a little bit?
So you
Giving-
weren't there. Oh,
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, you weren't there, but in order to use the hot springs, we do have to tell a sentimental moment while we're in the water.
But they don't take
Uh,
them from us.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you guys were paying for this one.
I'm paying for your room. But
Ah,
this is different.
gotcha, for sure.
When do we do that?
While we're in the water, she said.
So just whenever?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, we could probably just go around. Everybody tells something.
Okay. Who goes first? I mean,
Oh,
I could go first.
bro, what do you got?
So when I first went to Jordan Village, it was like the first time, I was walking around, seeing what was up, and I was not used to like being in a village or anything like that, and I was really hungry, and from like it felt like all the way across the village I smelled this dude selling meat on a stick, and I had never had meat before, because my family was vegetarian too. So it was awesome. I ran over to the booth and I grabbed a stick of meat, but then I got caught. But it smelled so good.
As Whisper, hey, thanks Thousand Faces TTRPG for the raid. Welcome in, everyone.
Oh,
You've got
Hey.
you've got the Hot Springs episode. That being said, as Whisper begins to recount this tale from her past, the lights in the entire space begin to dim down into this almost evening dusk glow across all of you. And you see fireflies begin to fill the space just behind Whisper and begin to take the shape, kind of acting out the story as she tells it. And as Whisper finishes the story, they kind of begin to dissipate again.
And then I got arrested. But it smelled really good, so it was worth it. Thanks. Am I good?
good. Yeah, that was great.
As you finish your story, the walls, which are that mix of blues and greens with the coral like substance, you see the colors begin to shift out like swirling patterns against the wall as you see your story giving life to the inn itself.
Whoa.
I guess
Sure.
I could go next. So I've told you all about how in the Rivermaw tribe the kids aren't really raised by their parents, they're raised by the village chief, right? I know Quell and Zaryl haven't really heard that, but I was raised by a tribe of barbarians called the Rivermaw tribe, and that's where I met Tristan. But what I didn't tell you is that I know my parents. My father's name is Gorn, Gorn, and my name is his name, forwards and backwards.
Hmm.
Because my mother's name is Tarrat, Tarrat. And every time she introduced herself, she said, "My name is Tarrat." It's spelled the same forwards and backwards. So when I say my name is Gormrog, it's spelled the same forwards and backwards. It is a way to honor my father and mother, even though I was raised by the village chief and they didn't really have a lot to do with my upbringing. They're still my parents. And I wanted to remember them in everything I do.
Similar to the story with Whisper, you see these fireflies taking shape behind Gormrog, and for the first time for all of you, you get some idea of what Gormrog's parents look like. And Clover, you see Tristan once again in the shape of fireflies.
But wait. Yours, you didn't have smells in your story.
Do I need to?
Sentimental.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry I cackled like that. That was so funny, Whisper.
Well done.
Inspiration.
We all collectively did this. What?
No, that's sentimental means a story that is emotionally meaningful to you.
Oh,
Mm.
I probably wouldn't have told the story about how I got arrested.
That's
Well, I think
okay.
it's where you fell in love with meat.
Meat sticks.
Mm.
Yeah,
Meat sticks.
it's true.
Yeah.
I think I misunderstood.
No, it's still
It
the
seemed to
greatest
work,
love of your
didn't it?
life.
Who's next?
I-
I guess Quell will go if nobody else does. He's been sitting off a little far away from the group because he doesn't want to cool off anybody's hot springs.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
But he comes closer so everyone can hear him, and it turns out he's brought a lute from his room or from their room, and he's gonna see if just playing the lute will get his story on the walls without him actually telling it. So like he's doing like a soundtrack for it.
You muted Joe.
I will say, as you play, the fireflies begin to take shape behind you. What does everyone see?
Okay. He starts playing, and it's a really beautiful, understated lute song. And the fireflies take the shape of it's gonna be him returning to his family after leaving the Fist's last. And it's him coming back, and you see like the vague silhouettes of his wives and husbands and some children, and you see him embracing them, and then you see him uh, telling stories to a bunch of kids, and then it fades, and then it's less children, and then it fades, and then it's just one kid, and he's telling the story, and the kid is like diligently taking notes, and Quell's being like super animated, and you can tell the kid's really into it. And then at the end, the kid finishes writing and closes the book, and you see the title is Manic and the Moon Dragon. And it's just his memory of telling stories about the Fists of Fate to the children of his commune.
That's adorable.
Thank you. You all inspired me. He says, sad.
I guess I can go next. One of the first jobs that I picked up while I was hiding in Shamal Bay was working for Myra at her tavern. And she was so nice from the first time I met her. She always managed to bring this sort of light into the room whenever she walked in. And she really presented herself to be a motherly figure. And I stayed working for her for a while. But one thing I guess you guys didn't know was that her last name was Crisell. And so, rather than my given last name, I chose my last name to be hers because she was such an important figure when I was finally coming into my own.
I love that.
It's wonderful.
She taught me not to judge a book by its cover and to show kindness and wherever I go. So I'm really trying to hold on to that.
And you're doing a great job. I think the last name fits you perfectly.
Thank you.
Fireflies do the thing.
Oh yeah, each time, every story, they're kind of recounting the memories, stepping through, and you see the room, the stones against the wall grow and become more vibrant with each story. The energy that you are putting out into the world is reflected with the living walls of this space.
This is so pretty. Who's next?
Well, I feel like I should tell a story from my childhood or about my family, but I'm still thinking about what that hag asked me when she told me she wanted me to give a memory of love. And I did immediately think of something, but I didn't.
Never
want to
too
give
early,
it away.
Daffodil.
My sentiment at the moment just happened a couple of weeks ago. It was back when we were at that place getting Seraphina checked out. And we were bombarded by all of those guards, or whatever they were. And Tristan, instead of running and hiding like he could have, he ran downstairs to make sure I knew what was going on so I could get out of it. And I tried to bring Seraphina along with me, but she wouldn't. And he waited for me. He could have run, but he waited for me. And finally, the time had come for him to just grab my wrist and take me along with him. And we were getting surrounded. Seraphina had called out for help, and people were chasing us. And I disguised myself to look like an older halfling man, so I didn't even look like myself. But Tristan and I, we kind of made it to a dead end. We were trapped inside of this room. And there was this very tiny window, and they were right on our tail, and neither of us thought that we were going to make it. So, even though I didn't look like myself, and I definitely didn't look like his type, he looked me in the eye and he almost kissed me. But instead, he jumped out of the window and he pulled me through with him. And then he waited to sacrifice himself to the cops so that I could get further away. And when he told me later that he loved me, that didn't mean anything to me. But when he stood back so that I could get an advantage on them, that was the first time I really felt anything of what love was.
You all see this moment playing out behind Clover. And as the last of you, if I'm remembering correctly, is anyone not gone?
No.
Zero.
Daryl.
Sarah, okay.
Well, I guess I'll share since I've been giving of myself all day. I'm gonna share with you guys, and as I'm sharing this story, I'm actually floating on my back in this large pool because it's great. Pink hair and all. Um, I'm gonna share with you guys the first act of mercy that I ever did. After I left my hometown, I met up with these band of people, and we had a great time. They showed me what life could be, and then one of them got bit by this, I don't know, creature bug thing, and he was dying, and it was very, very painful and gruesome. And he asked me to not let him be in pain anymore, so I put him out of his misery. Gave him the sweet release of not having to go through that kind of suffering. And from then on, I realized that the right thing doesn't always look like what you think it does. So, regardless how everybody views me when I do certain things, sometimes it's necessary.
Okay.
That's it.
And with that, as the story finishes, the fireflies kind of begin to disappear. A few of them lingering for a few moments at the tips of Clover's ear and Whisper's nose, Gormrog, one of them landing on your shoulder. They all kind of, a few of them taking perches amongst you all in this moment. The light slowly rises, not back to the full daylight glow, but a little brighter to give you a better view of the room and the space. Once again, the room is yours.
After Clover's story, Gormog's just going to be a little lower in the water.
Okay.
Story, Clover just starts crying to herself, remembering that Tristan's like 4 days away from whatever happens.
Yeah. You can hear Quell's icy tears hit the top of the hot springs.
Hey, Clover,
Yeah?
you want to jump off the waterfall with me?
Yeah. Race you
Oh.
to the top?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Okay. I'll say both of you go ahead and roll either athletics or acrobatics checks as you scale the side. I mean, there is a bit of a walkway, but you are wet and it is stone, so.
Oh gosh.
So I asked how deep it was. Oh. Please tell me that's a 20 and not a 1. Oh, yeah. Not 20. I had a symbol on it, so I wasn't sure if it was a 20 or 1.
Nice. And I rolled a 27.
Okay. You both easily enough.
Synchronized diving.
What's your total score, Whisper?
21.
Okay. Even you're impressed with yourself. You're leaping from stone to stone. You're working your way up there, and Clover just bounds up next to you. Just no effort at all. But you both make it up to the top with Clover obviously taking a bit of a lead and showing you what a true dexterous character looks like.
Have you ever dived before? Do you know how to do tricks?
I was just going to cannonball.
Okay. I'm gonna do tricks.
Okay.
As I
Should we
jump off of the waterfall, I'm gonna tuck my head down into like, where your head goes when you dive. And I'm gonna do like 3 immediate air somersaults before leaning my arms straight out and diving into the water.
Okay.
Whoa.
Roll a performance check for me, Clover.
No. Performance. What is that? +2. Okay, that was a 16.
Okay, you pull it off pretty well. You feel pretty confident that looked cool, and for all watching, it looks pretty cool. She didn't belly flop. She nailed it.
Nice.
And I'm gonna cannonball. Not really worried about making it look cool, but I want to make the biggest splash I can.
All right. Roll me a Constitution check.
Okay. 18.
Oh, tuck the legs, angle the body so most surface displacement possible. Slam into the water. Oh, you tough it out. You feel the little, your skin thicken for a moment as you channel some of your nature energy, so it really doesn't even hurt at all. You are fine and nailed it.
That was fine.
Okay.
Clover starts floating on her back and floats her way towards Whisper and was like, that was fun.
What's your both of your passive perceptions?
My passive perception is a 21.
Wow. 17.
Okay. Both of those are high enough, I would say. You see a figure inside of the waterfall. On like a little ledge behind the waterfall, you see the faint shadow of someone moving inside there.
You see that?
I see that. Do you see that?
Was this a private hot spring?
No, they told us we could use it.
But like, was it just us?
I don't know. You wanna go investigate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. As you both kind of swim into the underneath the waterfall and kind of make your way and poke your head up, there's a small rock ledge that you're able to kind of just tip your head up, and inside you see there's a thin layer of smoke kind of at the top of the cave, and you see it coming from this small incense pot, and it smells like incense is burning in this space. And you see a small tea set kind of laid out on the floor, one single cup with a little tea kettle that is slowly being lifted up and poured, as you see this spurred hand kind of pinky out, slowly pouring into the cup, kind of laid down on his side, his feet just extended out behind him, and one hand holding the side of his head as these long rabbit ears slink down to the side. His legs long and digitigrade as they angle to the side. He's wearing nothing on his top. He's got this pair of red pants that are at his waist that look relatively dry at this point, as the temperature in here is a bit higher than what it is out there, just with the way the steam and the smoke are kind of like building up in the area, unable to escape through the water.
I don't think your mic picked that up if you said something.
What do I say? What do we do?
You could just say hi. Like that.
Hi.
Care for a cup of tea? I've got plenty.
Okay.
Impressive dives. And cannonball.
Thanks. We didn't realize anyone else was here. We probably would have been quieter.
Oh, it's not no worry at all. I enjoyed these stories. It was quite moving. I'll say as you kind of get a better look at him now, you see he does wear a bit of jewelry on his hands. Notice a few rings kind of strapped to each finger. There's a bracelet that seems to have some sort of large gem on it that you're not quite sure exactly what it's made of. You do notice the white of it though, so maybe a pearl or something, though none of you are adept at gem identification. My name is, I just had it here, Emic. It's a pleasure to meet you all.
To meet you.
What's your name? I didn't expect to see any other Herangong here.
Me either.
Well,
You can call me Clove.
Clove, that's a wonderful name. And yours, dear?
Hi, I'm Whisper.
Nice to meet you, Whisper. Did you want a tea? I can get us some biscuits if you'd like.
Where do you get it from?
Oh, there's a bell floating around. You just tap it and they send in some people.
Oh, we should tell our friends that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I've never seen another Heron before.
Really? Where
Yeah.
are you from that you've never seen another one of your people?
I'm not from here. Well, or maybe, I am from here, but I haven't been here in a really long time.
Well, welcome back. I hope you'll stay longer. Perhaps?
We're staying for at least a little bit.
Oh, that's fabulous. And as you kind of get a better look at him, he has a very much like this jackrabbit style to his body structure. So his limbs are a little bit longer and thinner than yours, Clover. His face kind of protrudes a little bit more to a snout, and his ears are quite long and thin. Did you want tea, biscuits, anything? Anything I can get you?
I'm gonna look at Whisper and see what she does.
I'm good on tea. Some of our friends might want some too.
Oh, well,
No.
let's, could we move to another location? I'm very interested to hear your story, Clove, about how you've come to not be in the Feywild and found your way back.
Let's go meet my friends. I'm sure that they would want to be there for that.
Okay, well, kind of stands up and you see him motion to nothing in particular, and you see the plate kind of lift up off the ground, and
I mean, I guess if there's biscuits, I will take some biscuits.
of course, by all means, have some. There's a bit of jellies and jams too on the plate. Oh,
Wow.
the waterfall, please. And you see that just this out of nowhere just opens up, allowing you to exit down into like this little pathway.
Well,
Whoa.
this place is so cool.
I know,
How
it's
did you
really
do
quite
that?
nice. Oh, there's unseen servants all around the place.
Okay. I need to come here more often.
You should. It's quite nice. I do enjoy it.
Finnick, Gormrog, Quell, Zero, we found Emic.
Didn't know we were looking for Emic. Hi, Emic.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
What's an Emic?
I'm an Emic, and what are you? This wonderful. I love your hair.
Yeah, it's something new I'm trying.
I can see that. Though you may want to finish the ends, sir.
Yeah. If I can figure out what actually turned my hair pink. You know, fairies.
Right, of course. You can never really trust them.
Not really.
Tricksters, some would say. Well, did you... your friend said that you all may like some tea and biscuits. I've got a plate. I can get more if you like.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
You see the bell kind of begin to float his direction, and he just gives it a little tap with his finger, and it just rings. And what this very small bell, as he taps it, it rings throughout the entire. You can hear it across the entire open space.
Oh, I gotta get one of those.
As that happens, you see two people enter into the room. Similar to The person that you saw sitting at the front desk, though, their skin's a bit different. It is one of them is this dark. The male presenting character is more dark skinned, and his hair is as onyx black, so it kind of like contrasts against this onyx almost skin. And similar, the female presenting individual comes in, and her skin is this like white alabaster color, and her hair is blonde and comes down about to the middle of her neck before it is chopped off, and it kind of sways with each step. Both of them wearing the thin sheer fabric across their bodies. But they do bring in more tea, more snacks for you all to indulge upon. They lay it out for all of you, bowing. If there's any other services required, please feel free to ring the bell. And
Can I get a massage, actually?
Of course.
Oh,
Which one would you like us to
I can feel it.
Which one of us would you like to massage you?
How about one you guys just take both sides? You know what I mean? There's a lot of me to go around.
Of course. And they kind
I'll
of.
just do up my like I'm gonna like kind of be at the end of the pool,
Mhm.
or I don't know if they're gonna get in the pool. I don't really know, but you know, it's gonna.
Either way, they take up positions on either side of you and begin to massage you, Zaro.
Do you think you guys can do something about this hair? I don't, you know.
Oh, that will wash out in a day. That's common.
Wonderful.
Common trick by the fairies. Unfortunately, you must have annoyed one of them somehow.
You know, they're just, you know, I'm over it. I'm over fairies, actually. Over fairies, really good.
Understandable. But with that, Emic kind of speaks up. So, Miss Clove? I'm sorry, your friends' names. I don't believe I've gotten them yet.
You can just call me
Yeah.
G.
G, very well, very well.
I'm sure you picked them up during our stories. Speaking of which, we are at we seem to have paid and we missed your payment.
Oh, I've paid long before.
Well, any chance you want to ingratiate us with that story? Put us on equal footing?
Oh, I don't think so. I think that'll be kept to myself for now, unfortunately. Gotta keep the pocket strings full, right? That's the expression that you material planers use.
Interesting. Hey, Zero, was there a cost on that massage?
I don't think so.
Did you ask?
One thing I know is that this place is you gotta give of yourself, and there's a lot of me to give, so don't you worry about me.
Fair enough. Good luck, my friend.
So that being said, Finnick, Gormrog, pleasure to meet both of you.
Well,
Well, yes. So, I would love to hear your story, Clove. Tell me how it is you found yourself here. Very interesting.
Now I'm not as excited to talk to you because you wouldn't talk to us and you were listening to all of us, and you know that my name's not Clove. And I know that because Gormrog told you to call him G.
Well, I mean, your friend, he points towards Quell. I don't know, thought me rude by not just assuming your name based off the stories you told. I was trying to be polite and let you give me the name you preferred, but your icy friend here has put me at a little bit of an off. So I'm just trying to be upfront with you, dear.
Well, long story short, a magician pulled me out of a hat into the material plane.
Ooh.
A halfling family adopted me, raised me, wouldn't let me leave the house when I turned 18, but let me leave the house once I turned 19. Met up with these folks, did some adventuring, tried to find out where I came from, found out where I came from, got here.
Wow.
Nicely done.
That was concise. I'm proud of you. That seemed like it could have been a much longer story.
I've told this story a lot.
That's fair. It's understandable. It is a quite a tale. So what leads do you have? Is there? I mean, I do know several other Harengon. Is there
I don't
anything
know
I can do to help?
I mean, I imagine that they look like me.
Okay, that doesn't help. There's a lot of us, unfortunately, rabbits and all.
Yeah, but we have all different fur colors. My fur is kind of like a rosy gold.
Hmm. I mean, I do know a few.
And we have different ears. I know yours are lopped like mine, but, well, at least on the material plane, I've seen rabbits with pointy ears. So I imagine that there's Harengon with pointy ears.
Oh yes, we come in all shapes and sizes.
So maybe if you know any strawberry blonde lop-eared Harengon, that's my closest lead.
Okay, well, I mean, I know of a place not too far from here. If you'd like, I can take you.
Well, I don't even know you.
Well,
But I
I'm
guess
just
I do have to follow some people.
sounds you asked. I'm just trying to help. I mean, I could just give you the directions if you'd prefer. But I mean, I was headed that way anyway, so yes, go ahead, Finnick.
I was just gonna say, I just want to insight check this guy. Something like I just like I got a funny feeling on the back of my
I'm over
head.
here shooting looks over there to Finnick like I need the tea.
And I will cast guidance on myself.
Okay.
I'll subtle spell it if I have to.
Wow.
That's a natural 20 plus 4 for a total of 29.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Yikes.
Doesn't get much better than that.
I love getting secret messages from the DM.
Hmm. It's just a message that says he's absolutely trustworthy.
I gotta,
He's not lying at all.
Not
Then
this
I'll insight check the DM.
Well, you didn't roll a 30, so.
Mm.
Anyways, Clover, what would you prefer?
Well, you can call me Clove because not everyone around here knows my name yet.
Of course, of course. I would never seek to insult you or out you in some way. I don't by no means mean any malfeasance.
Imic, a moment of your time. How have you managed to, keep your hands and feet on your person?
Me, I've avoided my notes.
I know.
Oh, I've avoided Loren just well enough.
Ooh. Just well enough. I've heard that some people haven't.
Yes.
How exactly are people getting, caught up? I mean, you seem to know where not to be.
And as he's talking, he's kind of going back into that position where he's just laid out across the ground with his hand on his head, just relaxed. It's a trick of the trade, my friend.
I mean, I know a lot of tricks of the trade, and one of them being selling one's people out. Not to say that that's something that you would do,
Yeah,
but,
that's truly horrible thing to say.
I mean, it's a reality of the world that we live in. I'm sorry.
You must live in
Not-
a sad world, my friend.
Yeah, that's why we came here. But just wanted to see how we might. I mean, because we have a Harengon of our own that we care very much about. As I look over to Clover, and we'd like to keep those little pretty footies attached to that one.
Of course, of course. Why wouldn't you want to keep those hands and feet in place?
Right. And you seem like someone who can navigate this space.
Okay.
It's very commendable. So, maybe you may know where there are some people who have been affected by the
Well,
hack.
that's where I was going to take you, to the little refuge where our friends live.
Okay.
We
Okay.
Are these the Harengon revolutionaries that we've heard of?
Well, some of them, not all of them, obviously.
Would
why don't we
they have
sleep
it?
on that decision?
Oh, well, I'll be downstairs in the morning. I'll wait till about for you, I guess it would be about midday, and then I've got to be on my way, unfortunately. I do have places to be, appointments to keep.
You wouldn't want to be late for a very important date.
No, I can't be late. It's very important.
Mhm.
Some just lose their minds when they're late, and unfortunately, I am one of them.
Should probably keep some kind of timepiece or something.
Yes, I typically carry one in a breast pocket, but I mean I'm here to just relax. It's the stress of always being on time can get to you. That's why I like to come here every once in a while and just relax. You see him take a sip of his tea.
Kill some time, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, this has been an absolute pleasure. My fingers are starting to prune, however, so I'm going to do what I do best and bounce.
Huh. Good one.
I wish you all the best.
We shall see you tomorrow, maybe. Before midday, as I look and glance to everybody. Maybe.
Either way,
Hmm.
Miss Clove, it was a pleasure to meet you. You see him stand up and begin to make his way out of the room, while giving a slight bow as he exits, leaving you all alone once more.
Hmm.
Well, besides the two masseuses.
I'm gonna ask them for a little bit of privacy.
Of course, they both stand
How
up.
much?
You do notice the edge, the bottom of your hair that was still its original color is gone now. And you see a bundle of your hair kind of clasped in one of their hands.
Oh,
Well, at least I don't have split ends.
I don't know how
How
don't know
short
how
are we
I felt
talking?
about
Are we
that
talking
hair.
like? Are we talking like?
just the very tip of it.
Oh,
A
yeah.
spell's worth of Haren.
You've now
Okay.
got a pixie cut.
Right.
What were you saying, Clover?
I don't know how I felt about that Heron gun. He seemed a little
eager.
Buddy,
fishy.
Zombie.
He wasn't telling us the whole truth.
I don't like how he pretended not to know our names, but then like when we came out here, he knew everybody's names.
well, I mean,
Well-
also this place is kind of. I feel comfortable here because this place doesn't play by the rules. It really is like kind of what you make it. So
Well, the only reason he gave up his shtick was because Quell called him out on his bullshit.
very
But-
true.
He wasn't telling us the whole truth about the Herringons. Something was off about it.
Yeah, and something doesn't sit right with me. Why would you willingly take a group of strangers to a Harengon encampment?
Yeah.
Especially
Unless
when
the
that's supposed to be like
encampment
secret.
is-
Or whatever that is when such a thing is going on. You know what I mean?
Trying to take me to Lord Loren's house.
The fact that a Harengon knows of the revolutionaries and decides not to be a part of them or to be at least apart from them. I don't know. I didn't trust him.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's too lukewarm. People who are usually they either want to stay really, really far away or they're gonna be really, really into it. And he's he's given sellout, but also he has information we need. So, what do you think?
Can I do a quick perception check just to? Did I hear that their footsteps actually kept going until they disappeared, and no one like hung back to listen to us?
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
That was a 21.
I will say you do hear footsteps. They are slow, and there is a slight pause as the door is shut, but eventually the footsteps do kind of trail away.
Their paws, you said.
Mhm. Yes, there is a gentle pause.
I don't know if we should continue this conversation here. You know, he was lurking in the shadows. Who knows who else is?
And the walls are alive.
The sound of music. I don't know why I said that. I'm sorry.
Question: if I cast wall of force and make it a dome,
Okay.
they wouldn't be able to see it, but also it would keep the sound from traveling because it's gonna sit right on the water, like right under the water. So I'm assuming
Does that
it
block
would-
sound? I'm not familiar.
That's it, I think.
I don't know. It's gonna steam up real quick.
Yeah, it's gonna get real steamy in here, guys.
Musty.
Steamy in here with Whisper and Finnick. Sorry. You guys know, like, once it passes 11 o'clock for me, like, you can't listen to anything that comes out of my mouth.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about it not being.
Mm,
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about sound not going through it.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we want to stay in the hot springs then?
We paid for it.
I mean,
Well, we
for a
need to
little longer.
we need to
maybe.
figure out if we're gonna go with him or not go with him.
I don't want to go with him.
No.
I don't trust him.
Should we take up his offer on directions?
Yes.
I mean,
At least see what he says.
he
Yeah.
clearly has something some kind of information. So
Whether it's to the bad girl or
the herring gum.
safe. Yeah.
Right? Or a third party.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Clover, what do you think?
Don't want to go with him because now I'm scared that he's going to take me to someone who's going to chop off my feet and then fry me up and eat me.
There's that. I mean, if we take his directions, they also could be leads into a trap that is also where they chop your hands off and fillet you and eat you too.
Yeah, but at least we can be sneaky and scope it out.
Yeah. And we
Okay.
just gotta take bare hands and chop up and eat them first.
Can we not eat people again?
Again?
No
Is
It's
it
a
problem.
one-time
No,
thing.
Never mind. I'm like, check out. I said, you know what? Good. Don't want to
Not
hear it.
accountable if you only did it once.
All right. As you all finish up your time in the hot spring, unless there's anything else you guys want to discuss, you eventually make your way back to your room. Yeah, go ahead, Whisper.
On the way out of the hot spring, before we go back to the room, I wanted to lean over to Quell and say, I hope that we can have a lot more adventures that you can tell in stories to your family this time around, too.
I'm excited to be the kind of Quell that tells bedtime stories again.
You can be whatever kind of Quell you want to be.
I'm gonna walk over to Quell and say, Quell, can you be the kind of Quell that pulls me down and like kind of like leans on his shoulder because he's like cold So it's like, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, he
Ice bath
stands on
after the hot spring.
That's great.
Speaking of which, Zay, are you? I know you have your own room,
Mhm.
but we may want to be able to keep tabs on the whole group better for the night.
Yeah.
Already had people listening in on us. Up to you.
Sleepover.
Well.
You seem
We
so
could-
much more relaxed now.
We could do each other's hair.
You can my bed. I can sleep under it.
Fine.
So, if everybody needs a bed, Gormog, if you want to share a bed.
Sure.
Ooh, in the same room? Oh, sorry.
Down.
Hey, there is a chair facing the bed, so
Wait, there's a buddy system. Finnick and Gorm can, watch each other's back. I look over at Finnick. Clover can sleep under the bed. Whisper can
He's
sleep.
giving up his bed to sleep with Finnick, then I'm gonna take Gormrog's bed. And you're
Oh.
Yeah, and there's enough beds.
And then there's enough beds.
I'll be the cold spot somewhere.
I get hot at night, so I'm gonna need a little bit of built-in air conditioning, if that's okay with you. And does this
I can't
flutter
help it.
eyelashes?
okay. So you all make your way back to the room.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
You are eventually one of the ladies of the house make their way to your room and just tell you that eventually in about an hour you are expected to make your payment to the lady.
Oh, right.
But as we are getting ready to wrap for the evening, I think that's a good place to call it, as you all kind of regroup in the room, get yourselves together for your show payment thing, and then call it a day on your first full day in the Feywild. And a day it has been.
It's been a long day. They
That
usually
being-
are.
Springs episode.
Hot Springs episode. That being said, thank you DM Feanor for the raid of Party of 9. Thank you DKMC RPGs for the raid. Thank you 1,000 Faces TTRPG for the raid. Thank you for everyone that's followed because of those. Now is your last chance. We are, what is this? I don't do math good.
84%.
33,150 points away from them getting a crit. So if anyone would like to take a moment to go ahead and donate those channel points to that before we wrap up for the evening. That being said, I want to.
Oh shit, the real cult?
Oh. All right. Announcements for the rest of the week. All we've got is this Thursday, we have Eric, who is the host of Somebody's Heroes, a new Twitch stream in which he is running a multi-campaign, overarching storyline game that is insane. I think he has like 40
Never too early,
players or
Daffodil.
something, he said, including myself and the amazing Miss Gem. That being said, I don't know if we have anything else. Catch us next week here for Forging Fates. Go ahead.
I have a announcement. I'm going to be releasing by the end of the week a casting call for next month's Goodberry Cafe. We're going to be playing Hometown Holiday, which is going to be a one-shot TTRPG about a small town where you need to save the holidays. Very Hallmark movie style. It's going to be great. But I'll be posting that casting call on my socials as well as the New Age Geeks socials.
this coming Sunday, you can catch me on the Logomancy channel for part 2 of Space Station Sappho. So we are still continuing the Roll for Wishes event. So make sure to donate and you can affect the game in real time.
Nice. Anyone else got anything?
We do.
Go ahead. What do you got?
Keep a lookout for Creative's collective directory that I will be putting together. It is a directory where other creatives can find each other, people who are new to the space, people who are true to the space. It's just very, very. It's a way for everybody to get connected, and it's easy, especially for these days. So you can find the people that you need for your projects. And make bigger and better communities. So keep a lookout for that.
Okay.
I am playing in something this Sunday, but I forgot the time and the channel. So follow me on Instagram for when I post that. At Reader and Rogue.
Okay. I got nothing else. We're gonna go to Behold Roleplay again. I think we did them last week. If I can find them. I've got nothing else. If you guys got nothing else, stick around for the raid, and remember, we love you, geeks. Good night.